everybody. Today let us see system programming chapter 5, that is unit 4, loader. So we discuss with database what are the database is required for direct linking loader. Direct linking loader means here directly linking is performed along with the loader. So whenever the program is loaded, the external references are linked directly. How we are linking? We are loading all the subprograms after your main program, where you get the address, and that address are loaded whenever an external symbol is called. So it's called direct linking. Directly it is linking external reference whenever it is loaded. Means when you load, it changes the address. So we already discussed with the example that if read A it is 950 550 then 540, then it when loading it linked to 940. So relocation factor will do this. With the help of relocation factor we'll do this. We'll add relocation factor. So we checked with all the data structure. So we'll go with the algorithm. So before going to algorithm, we just recall what are the data structure loader use. So common data structure is object disk, nothing but your program, binary program, translated program. Your translator assembler gives object program. That object program, how many programs, subprograms you have. If in a main you have one sub calling function, then you have two object disk. GEST, which has the symbols, external symbol. This is a table which stores the external symbol. LESC, it's an array to link GEST as well as with the RLD. RLD is a card, nothing but which holds the relocation and linking information, how to relocation and how the linking should be, for which reference or relocation should be done, and what are the external references. These are the symbols which use the external references for that linking should be there. All those information will be in RLD. So object disk consists 4 different cards, that is ESD card. In ESD cards we already discussed, we have 3 sets. We have LD, local definition, segment definition, and GST. And ESD card can link with RLD card, relocation linker card, using an ID which was of first reference, that is LESA. Clear? Next you have statement. This statement will be in a text card. You have whole program, that is called as object disk. Clear? You have RLD information, that this is external, we need to link on that. So all these information will be in RLD. These ESD have all the local as well as the segment as well as the external. So local is, this is local, this is local. Local definition over here. Segment definition, what are the segment it is. This is one object program, another one object program. So those definition. GST, it has an external information. So to link we use LESC. So this is how the arrangement. So your translator, that is nothing but your assembler. Assembler gives the object program, that is converted zeros and ones program. It's called as object disk. It gives RLD information that these are the external we need to link. It gives your text programs, that is a converted program, and it has end card. So these are the data structure passed to the loader with the help of a object disk. Clear? In object disk it's also give the information about the one more, that is also ESD card. So the ESD card, so all those information is passed. Clear? So this was just recall. Object disk means your translated program. GEST would store the external reference which is stored on ESD. ESD is an array to build a correspondence between ID of your ESD and LD. EST is consists 3 things: segment definition, segment detail will be there, load local definition detail will be there, and external symbol detail will be there. Text, it's nothing but instruction of a program. RLD, it's a relocation and linking information. End means it's the end of one object program, whereas end of file means end of all the object program. In the program, in the main program, if you are calling to, then there will be 3 object program. One is calling function and 2 called functions. Right? So after the 2, the last end EOF is the last end of the object disk, and PLA it is used for initial program loading, and PLA it is used for counter. It acts as a counter for each line. So if you have 2 programs, this is one program where you are calling another program alpha. So you have one more alpha. So in pass 1 you need to have IPL, initial program area. Initial program area, if it is given as 900, then this program, if it takes 41 line and it takes 30 lines, then initial in pass 1 what we need to using initial load address, that is 900, and using PLA is nothing but a counter which increments every time. It's a counter which increments. 900, it will lie in the first line, then it again increment, then in a second line will be stored. Like that it will go. Its length is 941, so till 941 just keep on increment everything and your main program is load. Next, your alpha program is load. This is done in a pass 1 from 941 to how much is the 30 locations, so 971 alpha is stored. This is in a pass 1. Next, in pass 2, wherever you have alpha in a main, again in one scan complete, one pass means one scan, in one scan all the programs are stored. In second, if alpha information, imagine it is in the line number 10, then it will be in a 951. Then in the second pass, that is what pass 2, again the pass starts from the top to bottom. When you scan in a main, wherever you have alpha, there we have 951, it will be stored. So pass 1, all the object program, all your object programs are loaded one after the other by incrementing PAL. I get the address using PAL. Alpha address is get with the help of PAL. I'll get alpha and I'll write it in the GEST card that alpha is a symbol and its address is 951. So in a second pass, whenever it comes, it's on second. Here there is an alpha, then alpha is, you can check with the RLD card. Okay, it has an external reference. Then go for GST with the help of GEST, with the help of LES, go for GEST and search for the alpha. Instead of searching with the help of a character, we use numbers to search. So whatever the information 1, alpha is the external. Then when scanning, second time when scanning, we will check that okay, it required reallocation and loading. So it will go over here. In GST we have stored alpha as a 1. So in this one, this table will be filled during pass 1. So that will get 951. So 1, it matched with this one, then 950 is stored over, 951 is stored over here. This is what the pass 2. So this is what the introduction. Will go with the algorithm. So again, I won't have that such an abstract introduction to the algorithm. We'll directly go for pass 1 and pass 2 algorithm. So pass 1, allocate. In the pass 1, what we'll do, we will allocate all the segments. So this were the segments we allocated. This is one segment, this is one segment. Both the segments we allocated. So how to allocate? Get the location is assigned to each segment and all the values of external symbols are defined. So get the initial program load address, which is determined by operating system. So we need to have this initial load address. Then with the help of load address, which is known by the loader in some cases or operating system, and you may load your program, and initially PAL is set to your initial program loader, means 900. Then it can increment 901, 902, like that it can increment. So first time PLA is initialized to IPLA, that is initial program load address. Then we'll start reading one by one the object disk. In the object disk, whether it is a ESD, TX, text, RLD, end or end of a file, whether it's a ESD. ESD means it need to create an, in a ESD, whether it need to check whether it's a local definition with a segment definition, whether it's an external. Then if it is a text, then you need to just simply copy. This is simple text which need to be copied to the program. If I have just a simple some load a register with 01, then so simple it will load over there. There is no reference to that text card. Next RLD. RLD specify means that it does mean all the information about where the linking should be done. And end of the program or end of the file means whether all the objects are fine. So we'll go one by one. If it is text or RLD, then there is no processing. Text, what we process is simply load. That will be done in a pass 2. So there is no processing in a pass 1, because here we are not just assigning the address, load address to each and every line. Right, clear? Then you have ESD. In a ESD, it depends on three. That is whether it is SD, whether it is LD, whether it's an ER. If it is a LD, SD, then SD tells me the segment length, how much length a segment is. Clear? So the length is stored a segment. That's what I told you, 41. SD is nothing but the length of the segment. So one segment is 41, second segment is 30. So I got, so that I can assign till that. So length I will get, so which is stored in a variable. After that we increment PAL to that length, and while loading, if you get some of the symbols which is external, then store in a GEST external symbol. Yeah, so this need to be done for every segments. Yeah, if while storing, if a GEST already stored with that symbol, then it is called as an error, means you have same symbol used twice. If it is LD, there is a local definition, then there is no bother about much, because all the data informations will be available. So PAL is called as a relative address. You need to add with the relative address. PAL means current location. You need to add with the relative address. Relative address means translated address. Translated address is 400, then 540, then add with the PAL address. If it is ER, then does not require any process. You need to just to store in EST. So process of a external will be done in a pass2. In a pass1, just giving the location. In pass2, assigning the location. So external will do only in a pass2. When if it is an end card, then get a length, and till that you need to add that length. We have got in the first segment detail. So 900 plus 41 will get at the end card. So 900 to 41 segment A is stored. And next, whenever PL incremented to 942. When it is incremented, it's available for the new segment. So that's what it's available for the next segment. If it is the end of the file, means all the segments are loaded once, you need to repeat the task, then go to the pass2, where you need to reinitialize, you need to initialize all the external reference load address. So we'll go for the pass2. So this was the pass1. So very easy. Just initializing and depending on the card doing a task. So easy if you read once, understand it first. Clear? If it is a text, don't do anything. RLD we can't do anything, because relocating and linking is done in a pass2. You're just assigning. So if it is local, then it is directly assigning, and SD is used to find the length of the segment. So that tell that it need to be loaded and saved. So that we'll go with the next segment. It is done using a variable called slength. Yeah, so the same flow chart we have. So we can see first IPLA is the PAL. It's the initialization. Read card. Whether it's a text card, don't do anything. Go for the process 2. Clear? If it is end of the card, go for the process 2. Understood? If it is a ESD or end card. If it is a ESD card. And ESD card, it again 3 types. Whether it is a SD, then get an length, so that you need to store till that. If it is AR, don't do anything. AR is nothing but it's external reference. If it is a local, then add with the PAL. Yeah. Then if it is an external symbols, then add with to GEST table. If the name is already in the GST, then it is called as an error. Then go to the, again read a card. If again you have LOT, then go for the pass2. So if you read this, make a sentence and write the algorithm. Same you have. So first learn your flowchart, understand the flowchart, then write the same as your algorithm instead of going a theory. Here you can write, if it is SD, then write these two. If it is LD, write this one. So it's become an algorithm easy to score, because flowchart is very easy. So pass2, what pass2? Pass2 is all the initialization is now over. All the initialization 900 to 941 main, 941 to 971 alpha. So now I got the alpha's address 951. I need to assign for address constant. Wherever the alpha is called, there I need to assign. So that's what the pass2. So in pass2, we will again initialize from the first, second pass this is. So we'll start from the first, and execution start from the initial load address. That is what 900. So we'll read one by one. If it is an ESD card, then if it is SD, so again we want that length. So we'll get length, how much till what value the segments are there. If it is LD, this is already processed in a pass1, so don't require a process in a pass2. If it is ER, then you need to search, because it did need to be processed in a pass-through. Then search in a GEST. Yeah. During the LSD, you will get the array of LESA is created. First to create the LESE. Yeah. So you will get the ID of whichever the external reference we have in a segment. So in a segment, in this segment we don't have an external reference alpha, whereas in a main we have an external segment. So in a segment 1, that is what the main, we have one external symbol, so we had created ID as 1. Clear? And we are searching, if it is ER, then search in a GEST. If this GEST ER matches with the ID, clear? If it is not matched, then there is a segment, there is an error. If it is matched, clear? If it is a match, then we need to, so when you are matching in terms of, not in terms of a character, we are matching in terms of an ID. So the ID of your segment #1, which is in a LESA array, is matches with your GEST. LESA array, if it is matches with the state, then you need to, if it is equal, then it's an external, it's the external symbol and its load address to be loaded. If it is a text, then it was not processed in a pass 1, then here just copy that text to the load address. So just add that address, translation address with the PAL, and it will be loaded. If it is RALD, you will get that it is a reallocation and linking information will be there. So it will now check the ID field. If it is a flag is set, neither to add to the or subtract the address constant. So it check based on that whether you need to add with the PAL or you need to subtract with the PAL, where you are performing. It is nothing but adding the relocation factor or subtracting the relocation factor. In the previous example we saw XYZ, which was loaded in the 300, but while loading it was loaded in the 266, and you are minusing -34, -77. You might have remember that, or go for the previous example where 3 different segments we had XYZ, and we are loading one relocation factor is 100, the other is -34, -74. So we'll get relocation factors negative also, whether to add or not. So that's still by the variable called flag. Then if you have an end statement, then it is nothing but specify that segment is ended, so you need to go with the next segment, so become PAL for the next segment. If it is an end of file, then nothing but all the segments, all the externals are referred, linked, relocated. So that's what the pass to. Yeah, so this was the full talk or final abbreviations we can tell, sorry, not abbreviation, finally we can tell that what happens in the pass 1 and pass 2. After all the segments have been assigned in the location, the external symbols are defined in pass 1. In pass 1, all the segments will be assigned one after the other in the memory, and all the external symbols are defined in pass 1. Clear? Only that much. No RLD, no text file, nothing will be processed. Clear? And if it is possible to complete the load of a text of address constant. Clear? So that's in a pass 1. At the pass 2, what it will do, it will transfer the control of load address, whatever the load address we have. So it will start at the end of a pass 1, and all the address at the end of a pass, all the address are linked to each other. So that's what the loader will transfer the control to the loaded program if the address is specified on the end. Means after the pass 1, in a pass 1 what it will do, it will assign all, and all the external symbols are defined. And in a pass 2, what it will do, will link everything, and after linking everything, now loading is completed. So what we need to do, we need to start our execution. So whenever we have an end card, it will make it ready for execution. So execution is not done by loader. Execution is done by processor. Here loading before the task of execution. So loading who will do? Loader will do. Loader will execute in 2 pass. In the first pass, all the segments will be loaded. After that, linking will be done. Clear? So there is a main drawback over here, direct linking, is if the function is called dynamically. Dynamic loading, dynamic linking, you might have heard. Here the function is not called dynamically. Function is during the inside the program you have sub programs, but some programs we call dynamically. Then that's the main drawback of direct linking. Yeah, execution will, if you don't have any address specified, then their execution always begin with the first segment. Yeah, so this was the algorithm. So this was the flow chart. Initially we again initialize to IPLA, and your execution address is also your EX address is execution address. This is nothing but to start its execution, it should set for the first line. So it read the copy of given by the pass1. If it is text file, then add. If it is RLD, then check with the LESA and check the flag whether to add, whether to subtract. Clear, whether to add this or whether to subtract this. Next, if it is an ESD card, then you need to find the length, so that you need to increment that much, right? And ESD is nothing but it has a segment definition, so that we'll get the address of the address of each, means the length of the segment. Clear. Next you have a GST. If it is an ER, if it is an ER, means it is nothing but it will get ER, then ER should be searched in a GEST symbol and was found. If it is found, then you need to check the value with the LESERA, so that if matches, then you need to get the load address, else it's an error. And LD is a local definition which is already processed, so you can go directly. AA means you are going for the previous. Clear. Then if it is already told, if it is a text, then it was not processed in the pass1, it need to pass 2. So pass 2, in that PALA, that is address is added with the relative address. Your PAL address is added with the relative address. If it is RLD, it is also not processed in the pass 1. So in a pass 2, it should be processed. It need to check with the ESA ID. If it is a match, then you need to check the flag whether to add the value, whether to subtract the value. Clear. So after that, you need to go again back to the reader text. Clear. You are not executing here, no execution, you are just linking the external. Clear. If it is an end, then you need to check the address, whether you are go for the starting location or again still other you have. If there is an address is given, then add with that segment and you jump over that. If it is a segment is not given, then minus the segment. If it is the address is given, the add and jump over that. Clear. Understood. And reach to the A. Again, when you all the loading is over, and if you reach the end of the file, then terminate or transfer the control to EXE, so that you can begin your EX address, so that you can begin your execution. So this is what pass 1 and the pass 2. So just analyze the algorithm so that you can understand the first analyze the flowchart so that you can understand the algorithm. So disadvantage is here it is necessary to allocate, relocate, link and load all the subroutines, right? That's what I told. In direct linking, all the subroutines, how many subroutines you have, you need to allocate first. So that's what we done over here. We had 2 subroutines, all the subroutines we need to load, then only I'll get this address, else I won't get this address. So there is no dynamic loading concept. In direct linking, you need to first load everything, after that we'll get the number, direct linking to that. It's direct linking. The name itself is direct linking is we load all the segments, how many segments you have in a program. If you have 4 segments, you need to load everything. That time you'll get all the PAL address. Program load counter will give the address. That time I can link this program to here, this program to here, this program to here, wherever I want I can link. That's what direct linking, but we can't have a dynamic calling options. Yeah. Second is, it is time consuming because we need to load, we need to get all the details, we need to have first load address of each and everything, then only we can link. So it's time consuming. And here programmer of a loader's program space is smaller than the assembler, but still it absorbs the space because again it has to pass, right? Whenever there is a 2 pass, the length of the algorithm will be very much higher. It takes larger space, that software takes larger space, so not considerably as an assembler, but still it kills the space. Loader should just load, linking should not be done, but here we are clubbing the things, then the software become very huge. The capacity of a software will be huge, which kill our memory. So these are the three disadvantages of direct. So we go into dynamic linking instead of direct. Dynamical, if you want only linking, that's what a dynamic. That is the last topic of your chapter. That's what we'll see in the next. Before dynamic linking, we need to have such of the binders explanation, so which we'll see in the next class. So easy scoring algorithms is loader and the macros. So read it, read the flowchart properly, then we'll go with the, then you go with the algorithm. And thank you.